Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool, but they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So, we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I get her, not solo.
You see if I get it?
Just 2 weeks into the new year, and 2023 has already given us a sign of things to come, as it's Friday the 13th. And instead of taking a weekend getaway to Camp Crystal Lake, we decided to play it safe and give you some high school basketball on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. Good evening, everybody. Alongside my partner, the legend, Bill Ludlow, I'm John Cupo, and we welcome you to a very exciting non-conference matchup featuring the Marauders of Mount Vernon playing host to the Avon Orioles. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences. Begin your journey today. The Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. And Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and the community since 1955. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening,
good evening,
John.
audience. We thank you for joining us tonight on this Friday night. And we've got a very evenly matched basketball contest for you as the Mount Vernon Marauders come to this contest 8-5, and the Avon Orioles 6-5. Bill, what do you like from the Orioles tonight?
Well, you know, they got the Lomax kid, and I look for him to light it up here at Mount Vernon tonight because, you know, I've watched some film on Mr. Lomax, and the young man can score. So, you know, I'm excited to watch him in action live tonight against this defense of the Marauders.
Ben Rhodes is going to have his work cut out for him on the sideline of Mount Vernon as his squad gets ready to face, as you said, Bill, a very athletic and a very good basketball player in Jordan Lomax. Now let's turn it over to the Marauders side, and lots of young talent. It's a very different look from last year's club.
Yeah.
And the youth, Bill, I think that's where we got to look at to see where this Marauders club comes in the next couple of years.
Well, for Coach Rhodes, what he's got is he's got two good freshmen in the Smith kid and the Ertl kid, both freshmen averaging in double figures for Coach Rhodes. And, you know, they're both good at the free throw line. They're both good at three-pointers. Coach Rhodes has got some good stuff coming for the next 3 or 4 years here at Mount Vernon.
Bill, you mentioned Luke Ertl, and if you're familiar with the Mount Vernon heritage, as you are, you got a couple people in your family that head over there and they have some schooling, a couple cross-country kids, and you mentioned that the youth of the Ludlow family be attending there. But when you think about Luke Ertl, you think about his brother Mike, who attended Mount Vernon. He went on to play at University of Alabama Birmingham, who we saw in the tournament. NCAA tournament just a few years ago, now playing professional ball in Europe. So the Luke Ertl has a good bloodline of basketball, and he's also a southpaw, which is a very, very tough thing to guard at any level. So you're right, Bill. The Ertls and Coach Rhodes have put together something special here, and as you mentioned, in 2 to 3 years, you can see this Mount Vernon squad back at the top of the rankings.
But backing up the two freshmen is the big guy that played football for Vince Leidy at Mount Vernon is Eli Breidenthal. Eli was phenomenal on the football field. John, he's just as phenomenal on the basketball court for Ben Rhodes.
Well, just a heck of an athlete overall. The three-sport athlete, committed to Xavier University to be a Musketeer on their baseball team. He was part of that 2021 state championship 4A Mount Vernon team. A guy versatile at all positions. He could throw it, he could run it, he could catch it, a little bit of everything, but he does. He's the actual lone remaining player off of Ben Rhodes' team from last year. And he starts, and as you mentioned, Bill, he does a little bit of everything, averaging 10.7 a game, just over 5 rebounds, has a couple assists. But you are right. He's not only a guy who can do a little bit of everything on the court, but their team leader.
Yeah, and, you know, if you're Coach Rhodes, you've got to love this youth with experience, you know. So, you know, Ertl and Smith know their role, but Breidenthal is mentoring them because when he goes I don't think there's going to be any drop off when Bridenthal leaves, for next year. So, again, you just got Ben Rhodes has just got to be beaming with what he's got right now, And you look at the youth program that they've got here at Mount Vernon, I'm sure there's some little kids, maybe, third or fourth graders down there that are, and there they are right there, sitting under the basket there saying, hey, one of these days, baby, we're going to be out there on that big floor with them.
That's right. They're going to wear that white jersey with the gold trim in just a couple of years. Well, let's take a look at the Orioles, Bill. Is that Coach Drew Schoss in his second year came over from Logansport, the Berries.
Yeah.
Had to get things rolling last year, but has his team on the right path. Again, 6-5. Haven't played a lot of basketball this year. You only looked at they've played 11 games, and here we are mid-January and only at 11 games, but above 500, playing competitive basketball. I think that's the key right now. But as you had mentioned off the break, Bill, when we first got in here to the studio, is that the scoring margin versus what they're giving up, very close. So they're playing great defense. It's the offense that we need to see get going. But you said it, Jordan Lomax is a guy to do that.
Yeah, Jordan Lomax is averaging almost 18 points a ball game through 11 games, John. And, and then after that, it kind of drops off. So, if you shut down Lomax, maybe you got a chance to beat this Oriole team, or maybe it's going to be next man up.
Or
Who knows?
Maybe we see an Indiana scoring record and Joe Lomax maybe drops 70 tonight.
Oh, boy.
We'll
there
see.
You go.
But we're going to turn things over for our starting lineups to Mount Vernon Public Address announcer Caleb Gillick, and we'll take a break. You're watching Indiana SRN on a great Friday the 13th.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Indiana SRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is in play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a deer. Search John Deere
today at rentalsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
High school. It's the Mount Vernon Marauders playing host of the Avon Orioles for some non-conference high school basketball on a scary Friday night, Bill. The 13th is upon us.
And I believe there's a full moon too, John.
You had to tell me that. Here I was getting all scared coming in here, didn't even look at the sky. Now Bill's got me freaked out. So we're going to turn over to Caleb Gillick for tonight's starting lineups. So the stage is set for our starters on the Mount Vernon side. It's Julian Smith, Luke Ertl, Eli Brenenthal, Armani Wells, and Adam Hackett. And for the Orioles, Jordan Lomax, Keelan Moore, Daniel Eck, Eli Collier.
So, John, we're ready for some basketball here on a Friday night in Indiana. Wouldn't want it any better than this.
It's a great atmosphere, a great gym. It's the Marauders in their white with the gold letters, black trim. Orioles in their away jersey blacks with yellow letters and the black trim, and we are underway here in Fortville. Here's Ertl, top of the three-point line. He'll drive left, kicks it out. Nothing doing. So Smith will bring it to the top. Here's Breidenthal. Plays it over to Hackett. Hackett working the top of that three-point line. Now it's Ertl. Working against Bentley. Here's Breidenthal. A little confusion over there in the corner. Now Ertl will back it out. Still working the top of that three-point line. Ertl will drive with the right, cut off. Tries to go in with the left. Falls down. Shoots. No good. Tracked down by Hackett. And that's going to be a quick foul. That's going to be on Lomax. That'll be his first.
If you're Coach Drew for Avon, you don't want him in early foul trouble.
Yeah, only 44 seconds into the contest. Lomax picks up his first. See it right there. Just got a little bit too much of the arm of Hackett. Breidenthal will inbound to Ertl. And he'll swing it to the top. Give it to Smith. Cut off. Not able to establish anything down low yet. Here's Armani Wells, brother of Rajon Wells, member of that 2021 state championship football team, now at Marion University. Now Breidenthal. And for three, off back iron, and that's going to hit the ribbon up top there.
You know, John, I'm watching this Ertl kid, and I'm thinking, there's Michael out there. But then, no, that's, you know.
A few years difference, Bill, but no, it's very similar in his play to his brother Michael. Here's a shot from Lomax three, back iron, no good. Rebounded by Ertl, and the Marauders will push up ahead to Smith. Now he'll work the offense to the left side. Now he cuts back right. Kicks it out to Breidenthal, 4-3, and it's pure.
Nothing but net, and had a wide open look right there for Eli.
So a nice drive and dribble to the kick out to Breidenthal for the first points of the game. It's Mount Vernon 3, and here's another three to answer. I think that was partially blocked. So Ertl's going to push it up the left side of the court. He'll go to his left. Cut off nicely by Bentley. Up to the top. Here's Smith. Jump stop. In some room, and that was Hackett there. Couldn't finish. But he got his own rebound, and he's going to get fouled. We'll see who this is on.
He stayed with it. Hackett stayed with it.
That's going to go against Eli Collier. That'll be his first. That's team's second. And, well, they're going to give Hackett two here, or are they going to call it on the floor?
I think they're going to call it on the floor, John.
You got it, Bill. Is that Breidenthal will inbound. And underneath to Hackett. There he is, blocked by Lomax. So now they'll push. That's a good take by Bentley. He'll kick it out. A little heavy. There's Eck. Goes to the rim. That was blocked by Wells. And there's going to be a technical on number 30. Bill, he got the hand up there, was able to reject that, but had a little bit too much to say to number 23, and he's going to ring up for a technical here.
Oh, wow. And there's the block, and then he turns right back around. And, you know, kudos to this officiating crew because they picked up on it right away and teed up.
And you can see right here that Ben Rhodes is on his knee talking to his young freshman. Play basketball.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep.
Ben Rhodes not happy with that.
Keep your mind in the game.
It's a coaching moment, Bill. Lomax gets the friendly bounce to split the pair for the technical. And it'll be possession for the Orioles. So it's in the hands of...
they could have made this a 4-point or maybe a 5-point play right here, John, if he would have been able to sink both those shots.
So here's Lomax. Breidenthal on him. He'll kick back. Nothing home. In the hands of Moore. He'll try to run the offense. Here's Collier. And that was poked away. And no, that just went off his foot. Bill, they're stealing our gingerbread cookies over here.
I see that. You know, we need to call security.
So Julian Smith now will run
the
the offense.
Cookie Monster is in the house.
And he goes by the name of Tony Donahue. Here's Breidenthal out in the corner to Ertl. He'll drive left. Here's Smith.
That one was blocked.
Yeah, Bethley got a fingertip on that for the block. Here's Collier. He'll slow it up.
Oh, kind of a little push off there on Ertl, but no harm, no foul, John.
Here's Lomax for a deep three. In and out, no good. Ertl grabs a rebound.
Got to push it, got to push it.
Cut off. Here's Brady Fitzgerald. Came in for Wells. Fitzgerald, the junior. Here he is with the ball now.
I'm talking to these players like I do my Packers, and, you know. Oh.
And we'll see. Is this
I don't think they're going to count it.
That's going to go against Ertl. I guess there was a push-off there, Bill. Looks like the call, so that's going to be the first on him. That'll be the team's second. So still 3-1 coming up on 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Here's Bethley. He'll drive up and under, blocked by Hackett. And then it was tipped by Bethley, and that's going to go the way of the Marauders.
You know, he went in amongst the tall timbers there, John, and he tried to throw up a shot, but
6-6,
it ain't going to work.
6-6 gets in the way.
But you know, if he would have made it, hey, that was a nice shot he made, you know.
So here's Ertl. Here's Breidenthal now, working on Collier with the right, and he's going to drain it. So Eli Breidenthal, strong right hand to the rim, put it off the glass, got hacked, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play.
Of the 5 points, they come via Eli Breidenthal.
That's just a great take. Got past Daniel Eck, and nothing doing but foul. And that'll send Breidenthal for the line for one. And now it's Eli Breidenthal 6, the Avon Orioles 1. Here with under 4 minutes to go here at Mount Vernon.
You know, I knew Breidenthal was a big kid. But, you know, seeing him in basketball uniform, he is a very physique guy out there.
Daniel Eck made the run, and he was stripped by Ertl, ended up in the hands of Hackett. Now Smith will push. He'll work it back out now, guarded by Lomax. Just over 3 minutes here to play in the first quarter. Mount Vernon 6, Avon 1. Here's Ertl. Tries to go with the right. Cut off nicely. Collier, good defense. Now it's Fitzgerald. Get it back in the hands of Smith.
They're working the ball to that right side, John.
And they went to the right side, and Lomax knew they were going there, but he knocked it out of bounds, so it'll be Mount Vernon ball. Just over 3 here left.
See if we can swing it back to the left, and, you know, or right down the middle.
Here's Hackett for 3, the big man, and he sinks it.
Wow.
So the 6'6 senior buries a triple, and that's going to cause Drew Schatz to call his first time out. And we'll take 1, too. You're watching high school basketball right here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the
is very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners, because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business, and
Then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does.
We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Uh-oh.
There we go. All right, that's all right. Fortville, Indiana is where we find us. I want to see our faces. We want to see some basketball. Here's a kick out to Collier. Corner three, and he buried it. So Eli Collier gets the first true basket of the game for the Orioles, and it cuts it to 9-4.
Collier in that corner. You're going to have to get some bodies on that young man.
Yeah, the young man shoots 36% from downtown. Here's Hackett again, same spot. Different result. Rebounded by Lomax, and he's going to push. Coming up on 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Here's Bethley. Back iron. Hackett right there. 6'6". He's got a reach of about 8'4" on that. So when he goes up, that's a lengthy kid. Brian Thal looking for three. Spin move. Out to Fitzgerald. And now to Julian Smith. Wide open three, and he cans it.
You leave Smith open, and you're gonna pay for it.
Well, these Mount Vernon Marauders only shoot 31% from three on the season, but they are filling it up here tonight early.
They're going to add to the totals tonight. And it's good ball movement, too. It went from the corner to the wing to the top of the key, and nothing but three.
So Lomax was fouled on that one. We kind of missed who the foul was on, but he was shooting, so Lomax will shoot two. Sinks to first. And we are going to see Tanner Teschendorf for the first time this afternoon. Bill, you mentioned him, a youth, sophomore.
Right.
Someone that's going to grow into that uniform for Ben Rhodes. Lomax sinks to second. So he has three.
All from the free throw line tonight.
Bothered by Bethley. Now Hackett. We're against Collier. Kick out three. Here's Teschendorf. He front iron it. Hustle on the floor. And it's picked up. And they'll push it ahead. Here's Lomax. Look out. Little Euro step. No good. Eck with the rebound. Left. No good. There's Lomax again.
They're going to get a foul on Smith, I believe.
That's good recovery help by number one, Jordan Lomax. And that is going to go against Julian Smith. So that's the team fourth. And, yep, just Julian Smith just got under him there, caused the body. And that was, I believe that was Daniel Eck. He threw his hands up in the air like he got some contact, but play on. So it's 12-8. Here's Hackett. And he took a few extra steps. The feet went quicker than the brain on that one.
You know, when you're younger, that happens, you know. You got to let the mind and the feet and everything come together here.
So 40 seconds. Here's Eck to Collier. And he was bothered, and let's see. They're going to call that against Hackett. I think that's a block on 32. We'll see. Oh, no, that's on Julian Smith again, so he picks up quick two. And that's going to send, I believe that's number 20. Oh, it's 31. That's Eli Collier. Sinks the first. 62% free throw shooter. And Coach Ben Rhodes will send in Ertl to spell Smith here with the two fouls in the first. So here's Collier, the senior, averages 5.4 a contest. Front ends the second one, so he splits the pair. 12-9, coming up on 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Ertl. Here's Teschendorf. He'll kick it out to Fitzgerald. Here's Hackett. Coming up on 15 seconds. Here's Ertl now. And that's going to be a charge on Ertl. So good defense by Rashad Bethley to draw that foul. And that's going to be 6 team fouls.
So that on Ertl then.
And they assess it to number 12. Now under 10 seconds. See what the Orioles have here. Here's Lomax. Kick out, stolen by Ertl, and the time will run out before we see a shot. So at the end of one, the Marauders hold a 3-point advantage over the Orioles, 12-9. We'll take a break, too. You're watching high school basketball right here on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Getting ready for the start of the second quarter here in Fortville, Indiana, on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. It's the Marauders 12, the Avon Orioles 9 in this non-conference matchup. Bill, anything stick out to you in that first quarter?
I like the way the Marauders started out the ball game, but then the defense for the Orioles picked up and shut them down to put this at a 3-point ball game.
Isaac Kramer, number 21, sees his first action of the contest. And here's Lomax. I think his foot is on the line. No good anyway. Rebound by Fitzgerald. And now Ertl will push up the left side. He'll go to the middle with that right hand. And he'll kick out. Here's a 3 opportunity. Teschendorf, no good. Here's Bethley now. And that's Lomax. And, well, that's why he's on the Indiana watch list, Bill.
He had a guy there who's thinking he's going to get the pass, and Lomax said, nope, I'm taking it myself.
And in return, Ertl with a strong move to the hoop. He got fouled by Bethley. And that's going to send Ertl to the line for 2 shots. Luke Ertl, the freshman, as Bill mentioned, 12.5 a contest. Shoots a nice percentage. As soon as I say that, I had the Kevin. I put the old announcer jinx on him.
Broadcast jinx on him there.
My name is Kevin Harlan. And Ertl will calmly sink the second to give the Marauders a 13-11 lead.
It's his first points of the night.
Here's the dunk, Lomax. Watch how effortless. I've never been able to do that, nor will I be ever able to do that.
No.
The athleticism of that young man is off the charts. Here's Jedediah Manette seeing his first action. Kicked away by Hackett. (13-11) coming up on 7 minutes left here in the first half.
Both these squads use a limited amount of subs throughout the ball game.
Drive baseline, cut off, triple team. Here's Collier for 3, no good. Teschendorf
sure
may have gotten a fingertip on it.
Yeah.
That's good recognition, Bill. Here's Teschendorf now. Plays it down to Hackett. And bothered by Bethley. Good defense by number 4, the sophomore. He'll push. And good hustle defense by Brady Fitzgerald, able to kick that away.
The thing I didn't like about that pass from Teschendorf was when he went to pass it, he's wanting to lay it in there, and the defender's like, okay, you're going to do that? I know where you're going with the ball. I'll just intercept it.
So Ben Rhodes is putting back in Armani Wells, letting him come out of the doghouse after that technical. Here's Lomax. Great move up front and hit the crown very hard. But he will get back up. That's going to go on Breidenthal. Send Lomax to the line. Good to see the young man get up. That was a hard fall. So here's Lomax for the first of two. Back ironed it. Lomax shoots 72% from the line. And Luke Ertl enters back in for Breidenthal. Give the senior a rest.
Picked up his first foul.
And Lomax hits the second. Makes it a 1-point ball game. Here's Ertl. Working against Lomax with the left hand. Just couldn't finish it, and that's going to go. Okay, that's going to
Mount Vernon.
It's Marauder basketball.
They're down there, we're up here, so we'll go with the call.
Here's Teschendorf trying to get it in to Fitzgerald now. Here's Ertl. Connor Schenk now in the ball game, running the offense. Kick it over to Fitzgerald, down to Hackett, couldn't control it. That was to Wells. Wells couldn't control it.
I'm just wondering if that technical foul on Wells is still affecting him,
That's a great point,
because
Bill,
he wasn't able to handle the pass. Now, was it a crisp pass?
Bethley in the lane. Nice little up and under move and able to lay it off the glass for two. So Rashad Bethley with some good footwork inside the paint gives the Orioles their first lead of the game at 14-13.
Here it comes. He was able to get his man up in the air when he did the twist around, and then when he came back around towards the basket, there was nobody there, so Bethley was able to put 2 points in for the Orioles of Avon.
So now here's Ertl trying to work one-man game. Here's Schenk with the left and just denied by Kenny Dunmore. He makes his first entrance of the game, and he makes himself a presence immediately.
Kenny Dunmore said, this may be your house, but not in this lane tonight,
That was knocked in the New Palestine. So Teschendorf will inbound for the Marauders. Coming up on 5:30 left here in the first half. Down low, here's Wells. And just muscles his way up.
Man, he sure did, didn't he?
That was just all muscle on behalf of the young freshman, number 30, Armani Wells. And Mount Vernon now takes the lead back, 15-14. Lomax working the top. Good defense by Teschendorf. Here's a three-op. Got nothing there. Fitzgerald saves it from going out of bounds, and now Ertl will push. Swinging around. There's Teschendorf. Now back in the hands of Schenk. He'll grow in the lane. Nothing doing. Now here's Ertl. Nobody home. Going to reset the offense. Top of the three. Under 5 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Oh, he had Wells there for a second.
And it looks like that's going to go on Jedediah Manette. Yep, got a little handsy there, so that's going to go against Manette. And that's sixth now team fouls, or fifth team foul, on Avon. 2 for the bonus here with 4:48 left here in the second quarter. Ertl. Play it over to Schenk. Good defense by Manette. Bothersome. And enough to cause a turnover there. So now the Orioles will push. Here's Lomax. Handy by Ertl. He stepped on the line, and that's going to go in favor of the Marauders. So Lomax came up with the loose change, but Ertl bothered him. Turnover.
And I like the way, Coach, all coaches are going to do that. Coach Rogers is going to say, hey,
That's
step
right.
out of bounds right
You could
here,
see
right
Ben
here.
Rhodes. That's exactly where it happened, when it happened, stamp it, our basketball. Coach Ben Rhodes has been one heck of a find for the athletic staff there at Mount Vernon. Now Ertl to Fitzgerald. Back to Ertl, working the top of that three-point line here. Tries to drive inside. They've done a good job of cutting him off, Bill.
Yes.
Not letting Ertl get to the hoop on many occasions.
They've studied the film on him.
And just as I mentioned that, he goes straight down Meridian with the left, banks it off the glass for two, 17-14, Marauders.
Didn't realize the banks were open this late on Friday evening here in Fortville.
So Lomax tried to go in, went down hard, grabbed by Wells. Here's Ertl again. He'll kick it over to Fitzgerald, back to Ertl. Tries to go in with the left again. He was bothered there. And now Lomax pushes ahead. There's Manette. A good recovery defense. Now Dunmore, and just straight off the glass. And he went hard into that Dunmore.
And we're going to get a foul on the Marauders.
That's going to be on Wells, so along with the technical, that'll be his second. Dunmore, a very big kid, 6'5", sophomore. Averages just over 6 points a game. Yeah, he just muscled over the young freshman there. So he sinks the first, cutting the lead to 3. Just under 3:30 left here in the second quarter. Back iron. And, looks like Kylan Moore, the smallest of the group out there, was able to come up with that basketball. Now Miguel Carrera also in the ball game. Here's Moore. He'll swing it over. Here's Manette with a little runner, and nice floating touch with the right. So Jedediah Manette gets on the board.
His first 2 points of the evening.
We're tied. And Adam Hackett, he held that position, but he had that swan up there and held that three-pointer, but it was pure to give Mount Vernon a 2017 lead.
It's like a batter hitting a home run. He just stands there and watches it,
Long rebound to Teschendorf. Off the missed three by Moore. So here's Shank. Here's Hackett again. Gets caught in the middle. Back out to Shank. Coming up on 2:30 here in the second. Here's Ertl. Just playing that weave basketball up top till they see something they like. Ertl splits the defense, a little floater. And good rebound there. And I think that was Hackett who just came out of nowhere. Ball was in the air. Hackett got a paw on it and was able to punch it in for two. 22-17 Marauders.
If you're Mount Vernon, you got to protect this lead as we approach the halftime.
Here's Manette for 3. Back iron. Eck with a good, strong rebound, and it looks like Fitzgerald or Ertl. Who's this? That's going to go on Ertl. Well, who did they? I saw 2 and a 1. It was either Ertl or Fitzgerald, but I believe it was against Fitzgerald.
Hey, we'll go ahead,
We'll say that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless sends Daniel Eck to the line, a 6'4 senior. Just under 8 points a game. The southpaw. He'll line up. And couldn't finish. So in the bonus, Mount Vernon rebounds, and they'll push now. Coming up on 1:30 left here in the half. Bill, you wonder on the offensive side, Lomax has been out from quite some time now. We haven't seen a bucket in a little bit here from the Orioles.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I'm not sure. A couple of those hard falls he had, you're just wondering if maybe something, he got, a little twinge there or something.
And in there, we just saw a nice give and go from Shank to Hackett. It's now a 7-point lead. And I believe that was on Tanner Teschendorf, number 22. And that's going to be double. So that's going to send Carrera to the line for 2 shots. Miguel Carrera also plays baseball for Troy Drosch. Back irons that. So he'll get another shot. (24-17), just over a minute left here. Dalen King, the senior, makes his first appearance. He's going to spell Brady Fitzgerald. And Carrera's pure on the second. Industrial Sales Associates have been an electromechanical component manufacturer's representative for Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and Eastern Tennessee for years. Good luck to all the teams during this sports season. For more information, contact us or Rich at 317-546-1900. Here's Ertl. Wide open 3 for Shank. Couldn't hit it. Rebounded by Collier. Now under 50 seconds. It's a 6-point lead. Bothered by Smith.
You got a man wide open over in the corner. Now they got it to
Lomax back in the game. Here's Moore. Now back to Eck. Lomax now. And that's going to be... Oh, just looks like he lost it, Bill.
The ghost man under there couldn't quite handle
the sixth
ball.
Man. It is Friday the 13th. Spooks everywhere. And I think
what do we got?
We got a timeout. Who's going to call it here? Ben Rhodes decides to call a timeout, so we'll take one too. You're watching. Oh, we're going to keep it here. And while we're here, Bill, I know we're looking at those gingerbread cookies, but it doesn't mean that we can't think about Aspen Creek and feel like treating someone special to a delicious meal from Aspen Creek next time you come in for dinner. Buy some gift cards to share with friends, family, or anybody else that you're feeling that should get some wonderful food. Be sure to try their hand-cut fillets. Aspen Creek, located in Noblesville, Indiana. Carry-out orders, call 317-559-3300.
Just food for thought here, since we're talking about food. If John and I are up there at Aspen Creek Grill and you got some extra there, or, you know, you'd like to invite us
sure.
in, you know.
Bill Ludlow?
We would never turn down food.
No. Absolutely, especially from the fine people at Aspen Grill. I think is it the Bang Bang Shrimp that Coach enjoys? I think our producer Matt Stein likes that as well. So 20 seconds left here in the first half. Controlled by Mount Vernon. Here's Dalen King. Now Shank. Coming up on 10 seconds. Bothered by Eck. Drives down the low with the right. And nice up and under. Daniel Eck, that was great defense, but Connor Shank with a nice up and under. They'll shoot at full court. No good. That's going to end the first half. 26-18. The Marauders over the visiting Orioles of Avon. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Today, greed, selfish interest, and barefaced corruption seem all the fashion. America needs great men of tolerance who can give honest debate to the great issues of the day. I'm seeing mostly squabbling, men squandering their time, being wolves to one another. Yet, I'm not without hope. We still have Freemasonry. Yes, the same Freemasons that helped create this country have always provided great men when needed. And today, in every city and town in America, Freemasonry is still providing that special place where young men can find their greatness and accomplished men can give something back. Yes. In this time of great hope, it is my hope that America will see that Freemasonry is a national treasure that cannot be separated from our country's future.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
My students definitely inspire me. I love my job. I love the light bulb moments. I love being that caretaker and caregiver for other people's children all day long.
I've noticed that a lot of kids are really nervous and anxious about doing everything perfect. And I think that when they really get to know me and I get to know them, I can help them understand that just being their self is right. As long as they believe in themselves and are confident in themselves, then their schoolwork shines.
What distinguishes Mount Vernon Community School Corporation? Our students are proof of the high-quality academics and exceptional dynamic teachers. Mount Vernon schools are among the top districts in the state, with our 4-star schools and an A-rated district. But it's more than that. Mount Vernon schools are known for instilling core values that inspire excellence, build character, and support others.
Mount Vernon is a place where hard work and big dreams equal amazing accomplishments. We are a growing school district in the heart of Indiana, and we provide our students with exemplary academics in a blended learning environment. Through a multitude of opportunities and a safe learning environment, we inspire a love of learning in our students so that they can thrive as adults. I believe all students deserve to learn at high levels, and for us to accomplish that vision, we must meet the needs of the whole child. Our one-to-one environment helps to provide enriching educational projects that challenge students. As a matter of fact, our district was one of the first in the state to be kindergarten through grade 12 STEM certified. Mount Vernon Community School Corporation provides high-quality academics, arts, and athletics.
My education at Mount Vernon Middle School has been outstanding because the teachers are just so amazing and they know exactly what they're teaching and they know how to cater to every student's needs.
I love how many clubs and activities we have. There's always another club that makes you feel like you belong there and like you have a place in this school.
Every person can come to Mount Vernon Middle School and get a good education.
Our teachers inspire students with a passion for learning, nurturing their growth in innovative, progressive ways.
I don't care how good you are, I want you to try your best at this. And as long as you try your best, there's a good chance that they're going to succeed in what they're doing in that day. So I always say, just do your best.
I feel here at Mount Vernon, we have an increased rigor that some students might not be used to. But that's what they're going to see in high school, that's what they're going to see in college, that's what they're going to expect to see in the workforce.
Together as a Mount Vernon family, we provide positive experiences to challenge and develop each child to their fullest potential.
All 3 of my children have graduated, they have all received scholarships. And the teachers, they go out of their way to make sure that the young people are well prepared, starting from kindergarten level. This is a community, we're a family, we're all here to work together.
Our students thrive, strive, and succeed because at Mount Vernon Schools, we engage, educate, and empower. It's what we believe. It's what we do for all our students.
Discover Mount Vernon, where teachers are focused on one thing, your child.
We are Mount Vernon Schools!
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on!
You're good at keeping the car clean.
good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
This broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, videos, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Bill, we find ourselves at 26-18 here at the half in Fortville on the campus of Mount Vernon High School. And it's an 8-point lead, which seemed Mount Vernon heavy throughout the whole first half, but the Orioles only find themselves down 8.
Yeah, and I think part of that is they've shut down, even though Mount Vernon has 26-18 lead, like you said, John. You know, their defense was kind of stifling the Mount Vernon offense, and that contributed to why there's only 26 points for Mount Vernon. But then on the other end, Avon's offense cannot get untracked. They've got 18 points, but of the 18, 6 of them come via Mr. Lomax. He had 3 in the first quarter and 3 in the second, uncharacteristic of a Lomax-type ball player, you know, on a night like tonight.
Well, as you mentioned, and you can see here the athleticism right here, just easy flush with 2 hands. But it's kind of a darned if you do, darned if you don't type atmosphere for Coach Schaus right now, because you want to get the ball in the hands of your playmaker, Lomax, but
right.
The defense of Mount Vernon has played him really well, holding him to 6 points.
Right.
But nobody else on the Orioles has stepped up to show that they can become the second man in that offensive rotation for the Orioles. So where's it going to come from? Eli Collier hit a big 3, he had a corner 3, but that's not his game.
No. And then you've got, Eck, he's got 2 points. Dunmore, he's got 1. Bethley, he's got 2. And Manette has got 2. So you're right. Where does Coach Drew go from? Where does he go now to the well? You know, he's got to get somebody, or not get somebody. Somebody's just going to have to say, okay, Lomax, I know you might be struggling tonight, but the defense is shutting you down. Put it on my shoulders. I'll take it, you know. But who is that person's going to be?
So 26-18. So your team's getting warmed up, ready for a great second half. We are too, so we'll take a break on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Ref Reps is designed in partnership with numerous state high school associations, helping officials to hone their skills and promote unity in the officiating world. Ref Reps is the new official as well, the seasoned veteran. Contact us at refreps.com. We're back underway here Here on the campus of Mount Vernon High School, it's the Marauders 26, the Avon Orioles 18. In possession of Mount Vernon, Eli Bridenthal. Back to Julian Smith. Same starters on the floor for Ben Rhodes. Smith got to the hole, knocked away. Bethley with good defense, but that's going to stay with the Marauders.
He stayed right over there, but just went off Bethley.
So here's Ertl now. Tries with the right, kick out to Smith, 4-3. Off the back iron, rebounded by Lomax, and he'll push. See what he does here. Little Euro step with the left, couldn't finish it. Eck bothered it, back to Lomax, here's more. So he'll stay in possession of the Orioles. Bethley now.
I think Lomax right now is trying to do too much, maybe.
Here's Eck. Now to Moore, 4-3. And he'll can it.
There you go.
So Keelan Moore gets on the board with a 3 to cut the lead to 5. And Bill, as you mentioned, will it be Moore who picks up the offensive slack for the Orioles? That cuts off Ertl. Now Julian Smith will try to answer, and he'll clean it for 3.
That's his second 3, and his 3 points since his first 3 in the first quarter.
And that's going to be a push-off on Bethley. So Avon goes down, hits a 3. Marauders answer right back.
And here comes that 3 by
That's a good-looking
Smith.
stroke, Bill.
Yeah.
So now Ertl, up 8. 6:30 left here in the third quarter on a chilly Friday night. Here's Smith now.
Ooh, somebody's got some chili somewhere. Oh, man.
Here's Bridenthal. Good take off the glass for 2.
Bridenthal just went by his defender and put in his 8th point of the night.
No one was there to bother Kalen Moore, but I think he was too wide open on that one. Now Bridenthal goes straight down the lane, no good. And that was knocked out of bounds. I think it was Wells on the offensive rebound attempt. So this will go in favor of the Orioles. 5:55 left. Mount Vernon now up 10. For the Orioles to have a chance, Bill, they got to keep this thing in single digits. That's a good look from Eck. Here's Lomax. Didn't have enough on it, and that's going to stay with Avon.
Yeah, he was a little weak on that shot, John, and if you go a little bit stronger, he would have had 2.
Down low to Collier, and that's just good strength from the senior, Eli Collier. Gets a lead back to 8.
Gives him 6 points.
Ertl went right by his man, and he couldn't finish with the left. He got everything of the rim except the bottom of the nylon. In possession of the Orioles. So a break for Avon on that one. Here's Bethley. Got Eli, got him a bird. No good. It's a good strong rebound, but Bethley pokes it away, gets back to it, couldn't finish. Ertl swoops in, pushes it ahead to Smith. Pull up 3, and he cans it.
Oh, wow. Second 3 of this quarter.
And just like that, the lead jumps to 11. Ben Rhodes, or it looks like Drew Schaus caught a time. We'll see what's happening here. We hear whistles.
You look at Avon, John. The last time they played was January 7th, a win against Tri-West. So it's been 6 days since they have been on the basketball floor or played a game. And likewise for, Mount Vernon, they took on Whiteland on January 7th, won that one 74-62. But it looks like, to me, that Avon is they're not in sync offensively, and they're just like, you can tell that they haven't been on the played a game for 6 days, and you would expect that maybe in the first quarter or first half, but to come out in the second half and still playing that way, you know, sometime you just got to get them cobwebs out of the way, buddy, and you know, start muscling that ball up towards the hoop.
I think you make a great point, Bill, is that the legs are there. You can see that they're fresh. It's just maybe a little bit too much energy versus just playing the game of basketball.
Right.
So that's going to be a foul on Breidenthal. So it's going to be side out. Lomax will inbound. 34-23, 4:42 left here in the third quarter. There's Collier, down low to Lomax. That was a great contest. I don't know how Julian Smith, at only 6 foot, went right up with Lomax. That looked like a clean block to me, Bill, but they're going to get Smith on that one. Let's have a look here. You tell me.
He cuts it. There was no the bodies weren't even close. But you know, we'll leave it at that. Okay.
That looked like a clean block from number 11, but that's going to send Lomax to the line. He sinks the first. Cut it to 10 for single digits. Kansas second. It's a 9-point lead for Mount Vernon.
And that's 8 points on the night now for Mr. Lomax.
He's going to need more than 8.
When you average 17.
And that was thrown away by Wells, and Ertl collects it and just floats it in with the left. You were talking about brother Mike right there. That was a mirror image of his brother several years ago wearing the Marauder colors.
Yep.
Here's Collier. He'll take it baseline. Goes up strong. No good. Contested by Hackett.
Now push the ball. Push the ball if you want. Yeah.
They'll kick it out. Here's Breidenthal now. Here's Hackett. Tries to get the ball fake. And that's stripped away by Eck. He'll push numbers. And that was poked away by Ertl.
That was a nice heads-up defense down there by Eck. You know, he watched, you know, how he wanted to pass the ball, and then when he did, you know, he was right there, you know, a little cat and mouse game, and Eck said, I'll take this one.
But nothing doing on the offensive end for the Orioles,
Nope.
Ertl will control now, guarded by Bethley.
Well, came up dry there.
Here's Hackett. He'll pull up for 3, and he'll sink it. So Adam Hackett with his 3 third-pointer of the game. The big 6'6" senior.
And you said, John, that Mount Vernon's not a very good three-point shooting ball club.
Lomax looks to answer, no good. Rebounded by Wells, bothered by Eck and Collier.
Mount Vernon gets to keep the ball, John. But what I would have liked to seen when Wells came down with it is just cover the ball, let everybody clear out, then move the ball. But he tried to make something happen. I mean, he did get fouled, but.
And Adam Hackett again. The big 6'6" senior. Little shades of Dirk Nowitzki out there pulling up for 3, the big man. Here's Teschendorf now. He's back in the contest. Gave some good defensive minutes to Coach Ben Rhodes in that first half. The lead is 14 now. So the Orioles definitely need some stops. And that was bothered by Isaac Kramer, but on the offensive rebound. Teschendorf got fouled. That was by Bethley. So Tanner Teschendorf, the sophomore, shoots 79% from the line. That's a great percentage. Maybe I should wait until after he shoots. Oh, my goodness. I apologize to the Mount Vernon faithful. Actually, it looks like that foul was on Manette, but he comes out of the contest, so.
Ertl went into that lane, covered up the ball, then tried to force the shot. Tried to make something happen, and Teschendorf got fouled, so.
I keep my mouth shut, and Teschendorf swiftly makes the crisp, clean second free throw, so it's a 15-point ball game. Here's Lomax now. Here's Manette. Foot was on the line, but he'll can it. That was a pure jumper.
They give him a 2-pointer on that one.
Yep, foot on the line. That was a nice stroke, though, by the freshman. Jedediah Manette, also a freshman.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, that's going to go against, I believe that is a Brady Fitzgerald. And you can see the jumper there. Jedediah Manette, just a freshman. So Coach Schaus has something to look forward to in that young man. So now Correa back in the game. He'll control the offense. Here's Manette. Drives to the right. Got a little contact. Tosses it up. And he's going to go to, well, was that on the floor?
I think it's going to be on the floor or be out of bounds to the Orioles.
So that's going to go on Connor Shank, his first. And Eck will inbound. Looking for some help. Kicks it back out to Correa. Coming up on 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. And Isaac Kramer just dragged that foot just a little bit for traveling, so that's going to go in favor of the Marauders.
The play was going to work perfect if he hadn't dragged the foot, John, but, they had that little kind of like the give and go down there. But
yeah, right now, just Avon just not in sync as a team right now. Here's Brian, that's Ertl. And he took a few too many steps, so he got in the lane and wanted to expand it a little bit.
That Greyhound bus is waiting out there. We're doing some traveling tonight.
So Correa will push. Tries to go down the strength lane with the right. No good. Rebounded by Hackett. I'm sorry, that was Wells. Now Ertl. Here's Fitzgerald. Been quiet offensively. Kick it back out to Ertl. Under 1:45 left here. And that's going to go against Manette. So it's 40-27. Marauders holding a 13-point advantage against the Orioles on a Friday night in Fortville. Here's Ertl. Trying to go to his right. Now to Teschendorf. Bothered by Correa. Goes to the left. Nothing doing. Here's Shank. Pulls up in the key. No good. Tried to find Wells, and that's going to go off the freshman. So turnover Mount Vernon.
The defense again from Avon is,
they're bothering them, Bill.
They are bothering them. Yeah, that's right.
But just Avon can get nothing going on the offensive end. As Eck tried to go in strong, bothered.
They're trying to find something. But whatever they're trying, it's just not working.
So here's Wells. Gets a step on Eck. Power move, no good. Fitzgerald for three. So Brady Fitzgerald has been quiet all evening, but decides to get his first points of the evening on a crisp three.
Three-pointer.
The lead is 16. Here's Lomax. Ball popped away.
He just lost the handle. John, the young man is struggling tonight. And
here's a three. Brady Fitzgerald has had all evening to collect his thoughts. Have one of our fabulous gingerbread cookies,
That's right.
Courtesy of our producer Matthew Stein, and still hit that three.
It's like, oh, you want me to hit a three-pointer? Okay, I'll do that,
It's almost like he looked at us, Bill, and said, you want me to do this? And we said, absolutely, young man. Have a night. So we're under 30 left here in the third quarter. The Marauders holding a 16-point advantage against the Orioles of Avon. Hopefully everybody had a very happy new year to start this thing off in 2023. Coming up on 10 seconds. Shank now. Lots of dribbling. Now Teschendorf coming up on 5. Here's Hackett. He's not afraid to shoot it. Back iron collected by Eck. Fitzgerald. Well, that was interesting.
No harm, no foul, John.
That's okay. So at the end of the third quarter, it's the Marauders 43, the Orioles of Avon 27. We're going to take a break on Indiana SRN.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Hoosier Basketball Magazine in its 53rd year is out now. Order today, HoosierBasketball/magazine.com, or call 317-925-8200. Follow the top players in high school and college basketball. Thanks to Kip Wesner and Hoosier Basketball Magazine for their support of Indiana SRN. Bill, we've got 8 minutes left to play here. Avon down by 16.
Wow.
Insurmountable?
I'd say yeah right now. You know, they've scored 9 points each of the first 3 quarters. If you score 9 in the fourth, you're not going to win this game.
That's right.
And you're not going to win very many games by scoring 9.
Well, Daniel Leck cuts that score to 7 with a nice two-handed layup off the glass to cut the lead to 14. Breidenthal for 3, and he cans it with a hand in his face, the senior Eli Breidenthal. There was zero hesitation.
Now what have we got?
On that 3. And not sure here. We may got to get a technical here. I'm not sure. Ben Rhodes doesn't like whatever was called.
Yeah, he wasn't a happy camper.
The 3 makes the lead 17. We're still trying to get word on what happened. Not too sure. Doesn't seem the foul was assessed. No technical anything, but whatever it was, Ben Rhodes wasn't happy about it, but we play on. So Lomax.
We'll try to get a clarification on what was going on down there.
Minette to the hole with a nice driving swoop with the right hand. So Jedediah Minette, the freshman, cuts the lead to 15, coming up on 7 minutes left here in the contest. And Minette
got it called for a foul.
He shows him, sir, I shuffled my feet. David Christian did not agree. So Fitzgerald now to Shank. And Mount Vernon. And Hackett's just going to pop it. That's off the top of the and somehow found its way in the hands of Brady Fitzgerald. Now so Julian Smith.
You just kick it back out and you run some time off the clock here, fellas.
So now Breidenthal. Sure, right now is time is not an issue. Mount Vernon. And it's going to be a jump ball. This is going to be our first one of the contest. And that's going to go in favor of
Mount Vernon.
So, Bill, even though up 15, you can see Coach Rhodes there.
He's
coaching
coaching
every second. Man, is the Energizer Bunny of that Marauder sideline, I'll tell you that. So back to Fitzgerald, and now Smith. Again, clock in favor of the Marauders, not a friend of Avon at this point.
And you would want that as a coach. You know, yeah, you're up 15, but teaching moments every time you've got the ball.
Julian Smith gets to the hole with a right. Nice take. Floats it in. Little finger roll. George Gervin, Jr. out on the court for Mount Vernon. Extends the lead to 17, coming up on 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Nice little give and go there. That's a nice give and go. Keelan Moore got free in the lane, able to bank it off the backboard for 2, and Jedediah Minette there I think that's a frustration foul, Bill. I don't think there was any movement on the ball.
That's his fourth if it is.
I'm not sure if we have a replay of that, but and he's going to come out immediately. I don't think Coach Drew Schoss liked that either. So, 5:50 left. There's some pressure now from the Orioles. Methley against Smith.
And you know, John, for the Orioles, it's not going to get it any easier next week as they go at home against Pike, a very good 4A ball club.
Yes, the Pike Red Devils. Always challenging in that 4A slot.
And it doesn't get better for the Marauders either, as they have to go up and take on Hamilton Southeastern.
The Royals, always tough. That Hancock County between New Pal and Hamilton Southeastern. It's a tough county. There's a timeout. We're going to keep it here. And since we like talking about food here, we're going to talk about Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, the new spot for breakfast or lunch, open Wednesday through Sunday. Try the classic breakfast or our sweet baked goods located in Lawrence, Indiana. Bill, I know you're familiar with that area. Check out Tam's at 6427 Oaklandon Road. Carry out 317-760-1640. So, Bill, I asked you, you're down 15. Your coach, Drew Schoss. Haven't been able to get anything going on offense. 5:30 left in the fourth quarter. What are you telling you kids right now?
You know, you got 5 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the ball game. You know, you tell them, you know, don't hang your head. You know, you're going to have nights like this where nothing's going to work right. And you just got to continue to play on and don't give up.
And you mentioned to Bill at the beginning of the game that Avon scores. They average about 56 per contest, under 23 now. They're not going to hit that.
Right.
And as you mentioned, it's not going to be all gravy every night you hit the hardwood. And unfortunately for the Orioles, they ran into a very stout Mount Vernon defense and have just been trouble finding the bottom of the rim.
I mean, they have shut down Mr. Lomax. And, again, once you shut down the main guy, somebody else has got to take ownership and say, okay, give it to me. I'll make up for it. But it doesn't seem like it's been that case tonight. And what I don't like is when you're down like this and the players just kind of like give up. Don't do that, fella. For the young guys out there, don't give up. Continue to play on, fellas.
Right, because there's an opportunity for them to get some minutes and really hustle, run around, show Coach Drew Schoss what you have in the tank.
Exactly.
Maybe get a start for the next game. So Bethlehem now bothered.
And Schoss, I think he called for a timeout.
Coach definitely saved his team there. Insurance? Of course. We suggest you contact Jack Cherry and his team for all your insurance needs. Family, car, business, and home. An insurance company to serve you. Contact them today at 317-894-7000. And just going back to food, they're just all over this thing. But
oh, man.
Did you know that we had an official donut? We do. It's Jack's Donuts.
Really?
Which I didn't. I mean, they were delicious before, but now that they are IndianaSRN's official donut, I like them that much better. They're made, served, and fresh every day, plus great tasting coffee. Stop by Jack's Donuts at 9105 East 56th Street or anyone in your neighborhood. Jack's Donuts, the official donut of IndianaSRN.
Wow.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is spelled donut. You don't eat do. So that's DOUHGHNUT. And Collier with a nice running one-hander. Cuts the lead to 13. Under 4:30 left here in the contest. Mount Vernon, again, not afraid to use that clock. It's in their advantage.
Collier's got 8 points on the night, and he might be one of the guys that might be trying to.
Poked away by Eck. Here's Moore. And kicked around a little bit, but it went off of Moore's foot, so that's going to stay with the Marauders.
Moore's looking down like, I thought it went off Mount Vernon, but.
So now pressure. Still plenty of time, 4 minutes with the 3-point basket and a couple stops. The Orioles could get their way back into this one, but right now.
But look who's not on the floor, Lomax. Oh, yep, there he is.
Here's Ertl.
Oh.
And he was bothered. And I think that was before he got to the hole. I don't think that was a shooting foul. I think the whistle was blown before he went up into his motion, but I guess they're going to call that in the act of shooting? Nonetheless.
Wow. I thought he grabbed the ball to tie him up, but
that's what it looked like to me, but they sent Ertl to the line for 2. He cans the first.
Hey, what I say about the first team to 50 might win this ball game? Well, Mount Vernon's close.
Well, they just hit that with that pass free throw, so it's a 15-point ball game. Mount Vernon 50, Avon 35. Here's a deep 3 by Eck. Front iron, no good. Controlled by Breidenthal, and he'll kick out to Shank. Over to Smith. Little up and under, and he got the friendly roll.
He's going to go for the old-fashioned 3 here, John.
So that was a nice look from Connor Shank deep down. Found Julian Smith streaking down the right side of the court, and with strength, able to get the friendly roll, and he'll go to the line for, as you said, Bill, the old-fashioned 3-point play. Back iron, no good.
Of course, we had to say something about that, and
I'm just not going to speak anymore for either team at the free throw line. Here's Collier for a deep 3. Front iron, no good. Rebounded by Fitzgerald. Poked out to Ertl. Now here's Shank. He goes to the hole. Kicks it out to Smith. And that's going to go on Lomax. If that's not his 5th, that's got to be 4. Still puts Mount Vernon now for the 1-1 in the bonus. Julian Smith. Front iron. Now, if there's one thing that Coach Rhodes will take from this is that's a good take by Lomax. And that's a quick timeout by Coach Drew Shaw. So we're going to keep it here. Well, if you like what you see tonight, please let us know. Email us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. If you'd like to help us get more student athletes on the air, go to our website, IndianaSRN.org, and hit the donate button on the screen. IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game. And see, here's a strong take by Lomax. This went right up and over Brady Fitzgerald. Coach Drew Shaw calls a timeout. 15-point ball game, under 3 minutes left here in Fortville, Indiana, on the campus of Mount Vernon High School.
9 points on the night for the Lomax gentleman.
Yeah, that's almost half of his average, Bill. And as you mentioned, Avon way below their season average. Lomax below his, and just haven't been able to find that second cog to the offensive wheel for the Orioles this evening.
The thing is now, other teams that have to face Avon the rest of the year, they're going to look at this game, and they're going to study what Mount Vernon did tonight to Lomax. And so Lomax, you may have to adjust your game plan a little bit as the season progresses.
Yeah, when whoever's watching this film is going to be watching more Mount Vernon than they will actually Avon, just to take away number 1.
Right.
And you got yourself a ball game. So they'll play it ahead again. The clock in favor of Mount Vernon, the enemy of Avon right now. Here's Ertl. He'll kick out to Smith. And the freshman, a true freshman, just brought the ball out where he had an open drive, Bill.
Yep.
but understanding the game of basketball, that's great basketball IQ. And that's a nice look down low. Bridenthal can't finish, though. Had an easy bird, just couldn't finish. Lomax now goes baseline. Nice up and under with the right hand. Just not enough of that here tonight. Julian Smith.
He got down along the baseline.
And Brady Fitzgerald, and he cans a three. So Brady Fitzgerald has 6 points on the night. 2 threes, 2 clean threes. Lomax now to answer. Comes up empty. In the hands of Collier, off glass. So Eli Collier, lead is 18. And Drew Schoss with another timeout.
And for, John, I'd like to address this to the young players out there. That shot by Collier, he could have gone a clean shot, nothing but net, but he took advantage of the backboard. Young players, when you're driving or when you're taking shots, utilize that backboard. They put it there for a purpose, and here it is again. Look at that. To top of the square and in. You hit that square every time, John. You know as well as I do. That thing's going to go in.
Well, that's why they put it there. I mean, They're telling you if you put it here, there's a better chance of it going in the bucket.
Right.
And Eli Collier did just that. And it's a great point, Bill, what you make about just the fundamentals of basketball, especially at this level. You get some seniors, people in D1 are just, whenever they're playing at the next level, it becomes more about the individual play.
Right.
That's great for your NIL. That's great for your draft prospects in the NBA, whatever you want to do. But the teams that win are the teams that play team basketball.
Right.
And it comes down to fundamentals. Crisp passes, limit the turnovers, use the lost art of the mid-range jumper, and just play solid basketball. What you were taught when you first stepped on the basketball court when you were 6, 7 years old.
Right.
And just like on cue, Luke Ertl. Strength off the glass with his left. And Terrell Irons makes his first contest, and he was bothered by Julian Smith, who's become a blocking machine. Here's Lomax again, no good. Eck with the follow. Now pressure from the Orioles.
And again, Lomax ended up on the floor. He's been down there multiple times tonight.
Nice up and under there from Lomax. The lead is 20. Coming up on a minute left here. Oh, it is a 10-point ball. I'm not even paying attention. My goodness.
Oh, and there's a foul.
That's going to go on more. So that's going to send Ertl to the line for 2. 10-point ball game, 53.4 left in the contest.
The physique of Ertl looks like he could step on the football field for Coach Lighty if he wanted to.
Oh, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the starting quarterback. Actually,
That's
this
right,
past
that's
year,
right.
Luke and Eli Bridenthal, kind of dual-headed monster.
I was kind of out of the sync this year during football. So.
Well, he doesn't have the pads on. He doesn't have a face mask. You don't know what you're looking at there, Bill. So the lead is 12. Here's Eck, kicks it out to Manette. And that was a nice-looking three, just couldn't get it to fall.
So Ertl
rebounded
hit
by
both those free throws, right?
Bridenthal now to Ertl. Coming up on 30 seconds. Ertl splits the D, goes all the way, kicks it back out. Smart move by the freshman. Now just playing keep away. This is good basketball IQ. No reason to run up the score.
Nope.
You got a 12-point lead. Protect the basketball. Go to open spaces.
Sportsmanship also, falls into that category too, John, because, I know there's probably times that throughout his career, Coach Rhodes has been on the same end that Coach Drew of Avon is, so.
And Brady Fitzgerald got fouled there. Couldn't sink the first of 2, so he'll get another shot. And front irons the second one. So here's Lomax. And he'll go up strong. Good contest, but Moore's there to finish with the cleanup. It's a 10-point ball game. Just got to get it in here, and that's going to run the clock out. Fitzgerald will hold. And that's our ball game for the night. So the Marauders host the Avon Orioles and come out with a 10-point victory here on Friday the 13th. Want to thank our excellent producer, Matthew Stein. The great work by Mount Vernon alumnus, actually current student, Jake Lang. Our excellent camera work today. And Bill, the legend, Ludlow. No. To my side, we want to thank everybody for joining us on this Friday night. We hope you have a good one. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next time on Indiana SRN. Have a great night, everybody.